are now listening to another episode of the Renegade Podcast. And I'm interviewing the one and only fredster2000. He is a retrospective pop culture documentary type of guy. I first noticed his channel when I saw his Justin Bieber video, which is his latest video. Really good video. Hope you guys check it out. And the interview's going to start. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Hello.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you good, man.
Perfect.
How's everything going, man?
Good. I really appreciate you having me on here. I like that you invite small creators to your platform. I think that's just really cool.
Yeah.
And we don't have that many fans, but just getting our names out there, I think that means a lot to us.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Welcome. Really, thank you for that. How's everything been going, bro? Last couple days, man.
Last couple days. Well, I just uploaded a video like a week ago,
Yeah.
and I don't know, just like YouTuber stuff where you're kind of monitoring the performance of your videos.
Yeah.
A lot of us YouTubers, I'm sure you can relate, where you're just kind of looking at the numbers and you're just obsessed over how many people are clicking on that. It kind of sucks, but that's just the life we chose, I guess.
Yeah, thanks. That's a really interesting answer. The first question I want to ask is, what is the inspiration behind your channel name and logo? Because it's a really interesting channel name,
Ooh, good question. So Fredster is literally just like a variation-ish on my name, close enough to my name.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is I really wanted it to mimic like old school email and old school like forum usernames.
Yeah.
Like something you would see on like just any random forum where that's their username.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to connect to what I talk about, which is just like 2000s internet culture and 2010s internet culture.
Yeah.
So that when you hear it at one time, you remember the number, and then you kind of associate it with maybe a year, and then you can kind of get a sense of what my channel is about.
Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. So, I've been sort of following your channel for a little while, but the video that really caught my attention once again was the Justin Bieber video, which is already one of the more popular videos on your channel. Brilliant video, brilliant breakdown. And the funny thing is, Justin Bieber actually dropped an album a couple days ago. So
I did, that was funny, I've listened to some of it. I'm kind of digging it so far, honestly. I think it kind of reminds me of his last album, Purpose, but less pop. It's like
journals.
Polished.
It's like journals, but more like...
exactly, which I really like,
Yeah. What was the inspiration behind that video? Because was that something that was sort of been on your mind, or was that something that was in the moment?
It's kind of a combination of both, because I did know... Actually, a friend of mine was like, hey, Justin Bieber's trending. Do you want to make that video on kind of what went down in 2010? And I had so many memories of this, being online and just seeing the hate for Baby... the song Baby that he did.
Yeah.
I remember the water bottle incident where some fan threw a water bottle at him and all the haters just ran with it.
Yeah.
I remember like vividly how strong of a reaction that 1 minute video clip of that fan throwing something at Bieber at a concert and everyone just running with it and having fun with it.
Yeah.
I just remember thinking, even then I was like a dumb teenager and thinking, that's kind of weird. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, like did you expect that video to sort of pop off the way it did? I mean, I know you had bigger videos, but that video in particular seems like it's causing a lot of fervor, Because I saw it reposted on Reddit. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it on sources I don't think I'll be seeing it on usually, so.
Oh, really? Oh, my video?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I haven't really noticed that much discussion, but it's cool that you've noticed it. Thanks for noticing. Yeah,
you're welcome. So did you expect that video to do as well as it's been doing recently, or did you always expect it because it's Justin Bieber?
To be perfectly honest, I kind of expected it to do better. I'll be honest, it's like not. It's in my bottom 4 videos right now.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's kind of plateauing. So I'm just like, okay, maybe this is one of those videos that's going to do well in like a year, like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
If Justin Bieber's in the news again, maybe it will get a big surge of views. But right now, I just got to be content with like, it's going to be at 15,000 views. And which is, any YouTuber my size would be fine with that. I'm fine with that. But I was expecting more, honestly.
Yeah.
I was like, well, he's trending, so maybe, more eyes on it, I guess.
Okay.
But honestly, like, as long as he's not trending for, like, the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
I think 2 months ago when the whole Diddy situation came out,
Yeah.
He was trending because people were wanting to know, like, oh shit, what happened to Justin Bieber with Diddy, which is, like, horrible, if any of what people are speculating on was true. But, I just hope that he doesn't get onto trending just for reasons that people speculate on, or bad reasons, basically.
Okay, interesting. I mean, the one thing that really struck me about your videos, because I start, you know what I do, when I see a video that I like, I always dig through the channel and sort of see, patterns of just how people be making their videos. I get a sense that, like, you put a lot of detail, and I mean, the visual stuff to me is the one that strikes me the most. I mean, you're at 11,000, but you have a quality level of person at 1 million and more. How long does it take for you to make videos, and how do you sort of kind of juggle all of that?
Oh man, you're too kind, man. Thank you so much. One of my big inspirations for making videos at all, my whole style, my whole vibe, it's based on this YouTuber called Todd in the Shadows.
Yes.
He makes... Oh, are you familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's awesome. So, love his videos. I've been watching him for many, many years.
Yeah.
So just his style of breaking down... you can just look at one single song and just go into every detail about the artist and the culture at the time and all of that. And his editing is so good. Like, how he edits clips into his videos, I think it just to tell a story. I am so inspired by that. And literally, honestly, like, my 99% of my editing style is just how Todd... I just like imitating how Todd does it.
Yeah.
How Todd in the Shadows does it, and just like trying to capture how he tells stories through editing. And that's really that's how I do it, honestly.
Yeah.
And how long it takes for me to make a video, probably 1 week, or like 1 week of research, a few days of 1 to 2 weeks of research, a few days of just collecting footage.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you talk to like any person who makes like video essays, or even just talking about other internet phenomena, like downloading footage, looking for B-roll and downloading what you're going to show in the video, that's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
For me, it takes like 2 to 3 days, honestly.
Yeah. Wow.
And then editing will take like 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah.
But I'm terrible at time management, so it takes me, like, overall it takes me like 3 to 4 weeks for a 1 hour video.
Wow.
Which is not bad, honestly, but...
Wow, that's interesting. It's funny because I remember we were talking on Instagram, and you mentioned that you live in this place called Manila. How does that...
Manila. Yeah.
Where is that place? You don't mind me because I...
Oh, yeah. Sure. I'm from Manila, Philippines.
Wow.
It's a country in Southeast Asia.
Oh, yeah, Philippines. Yeah, I know where that is. That's interesting.
Yeah. It's kind of in same areas like Thailand, Indonesia, a little bit near China and Korea in that area.
Okay. So I want to sort of segue into another question. How does it sort of, you growing up in that area, right? How does it affect the content that you make? And did you have to deal with, potentially bullying or maybe social ostracization? How did you deal with that? How did you process that?
That's a really good question. Growing up, even though I lived in the Philippines and obviously, you're more exposed to the culture. My parents are both Filipino.
Yeah.
All my friends are Filipino. I don't have any... I never grew up in the States, in the United States. But a lot of the media I was exposed to, the movies, the music, the TV shows, was like 99% American.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why I have kind of like a more American accent, I think.
Yeah.
That's why I have so many strong opinions on American media.
Yeah.
And that's why I know a lot about American media.
Yeah.
So I did feel a bit, almost, I wouldn't say out of place, but it did feel a little weird to be this like little kid or teenager who is obsessed with American media.
Yeah.
It did make me feel a little bit, I wouldn't say out of place. Like that's kind of strong, but just there was like a gap where I couldn't really discuss things about like the strong opinions I had about American media to my friends who were Filipino and maybe more exposed to Filipino showbiz, which is totally fine. Like nothing wrong with the Philippine showbiz. We have our own crop of local celebrities, local movies.
Yeah.
But just being exposed to the American media, and the internet was really cool for me because then you are exposed to, now I'm this like Filipino kid, but I'm now exposed to American people, even in the early 2000s and late 2000s, where I can talk about American media with these people from America.
Yeah.
And it's just the internet was so wild in shaping me for, shaping how I talk to people and discuss American media with Americans and other people from around the world, possibly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how the Philippines kind of shaped me and growing up.
Wow, that is interesting. How can I? So you mentioned, Todd in the Shadows as being the major inspiration of your channel. When did you realize that you wanted to start making videos in the first place?
Oh man, like 2020. Oh, this is going to be a weird one. But 2020, I already wanted to. I knew that I wanted to start one. Like I kept saying, okay, this is going to be the day that I start my YouTube channel. Like as early as 2020.
Okay.
And I kept pushing that back, and I just, things got in the way, life got in the way, work got in the way, and I just never started it.
Yeah.
And I had so many different ideas on how to start. Like, should I start with short form, or what kind of content do I want to pursue? Like, even that I couldn't really quite settle on, but I always kept going back to what content do I want to make, and ultimately, no matter how many questions I asked, no matter how many iterations of my content went through, at the end of the day, like I wanted to talk about this like internet pop culture thing, which I'm talking about now. So I think it's awesome. Like a year later, it's actually been 1 year and a few weeks, almost a year, like basically a year since I started my YouTube channel, since I uploaded my first video.
Wow.
And it's been such a crazy ride. I've really loved it. So.
Okay. It's interesting you mentioned the time period because, I mean, again, I look at your most popular video, which is about college humor, and, that has 162K views, and you have 10,000, over 10,000 subscribers. How do you process that? And did you think you would, do this well already?
Well, actually, my second video was the one that it was the one that so I made a first video on American Idol on this little moment in American Idol's history, and that got I want to say 500 views, but I'm not super sure. Initially, so I was like, okay, that's pretty good. Let's see what could happen, because I actually spend a lot of time on small YouTuber spaces. I go to this subreddit called YouTubers and small YouTubers. There's a bunch of subreddits for aspiring, people like us, aspiring content creators. And I knew that it was going to be difficult. I knew that for some people it could take many years before they get monetized, even before they get 1,000 subscribers. So I was like, okay, I'm ready for the grind. It's fine. If I take a year to do this to not even get monetized, totally fine. But my second video ever, which was just 2 weeks later, it was about actually pop song parody on YouTube. So it was on Bart Baker and all these big creators at the time who were just completely fallen off. And I made that video, and then it seemed like it never stopped growing. By day 4, I just refreshed the comments, and every 5 minutes there would be a new comment, and that would be what is happening? What is Like it was so sudden, and I had reached monetization. I had reached 1,000 subscribers by like not even a month.
That's
And then it
crazy.
kept going 2,000, 3,000, and I didn't know. Like I felt so lucky. I felt blessed, but I also felt like kind of scared.
Yeah.
I was scared that like, oh, this is going to be the point where I get like hate comments, and it's just gonna suck.
Yeah.
Where I'm gonna get like negative pushback, and like that I'll think about it for a day. And honestly, I did kind of get that a little bit. But for the most part, I was just I felt really lucky. I felt really blessed.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like even though I got like really lucky with my second video, I got monetized in less than a month.
Yeah.
I still don't know what I'm doing. I couldn't tell anyone like how to get viral suddenly. It was just like completely luck. I'm the first to admit, it was just luck, man.
Wow.
I don't know how I did it, but it just happened.
So it's interesting because this will segue to my other question about your second video.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting video because it's a point of time where I think the self-irony phase started, I think. And it just sort of exponentially grew from there. And so the idea behind that video, was that something you always wanted to do? Or was that something you kind of figured out, okay, you know what, this could become a trending topic, I gotta hop on this type of thing?
Oh, the trending thing, like I've never thought about that until the Justin Bieber one.
Okay.
I've literally never like considered whether a topic is trending. I just talk about what I like, and I always had strong opinions, or at least I was always very fascinated with the pop song parody YouTube videos at the time. So that was I knew that I was going to eventually make a video. I didn't think it would be my second video, but just kind of inspiration just took me. So that's what I ended up talking about. I really don't look at trending topics until the Justin Bieber one, when he was kind of in the news a lot. So I was like, might as well.
Interesting. Have you ever like scrapped a video for whatever reason?
Well, to be honest, like it takes me so long to make videos that like when I realize that I don't know if I'm going to have enough material for this, I'm already too deep into it. So I've never scrapped a video just because I'd want every day to be like productive.
Yeah.
So even if I realize like, oh, is the material going to be enough, or will I find enough sources for the research for this?
Okay.
Then I'm just gonna say, you know what? I've already invested like 3 days into this. May as well like power through, even though it might be something. I don't know. Some people might like it.
Okay. Interesting answer. Because because here's the thing, I always ask that question to sort of content creators and stuff, and the answers are always, they're varied, right? Some of them say, well, I scrapped a bunch of videos. Others say, I scrapped no videos like you. How do you sort of, again, because there's this there's this thing called writer's block, right? Mm-hmm. And how do you power through that if you sort of deal with that at all?
Oh, I didn't even mention this earlier, but like writing takes up another 1 week of my life.
Yeah.
Writing the script, especially because I try to sound very casual when I talk in my videos, as if I'm talking at you for the first time. Like I try to make it sound like I'm not reading off a script.
Yeah.
But in reality, 99% of words, like how it's phrased, even how it's said, that's all like pre-scripted beforehand.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot of time to put together behind the scenes before it gets to the final product.
Yeah.
So writer's block, because every word is so carefully chosen and like so carefully, every sentence is very precisely constructed as to my own preferences. It takes a while. Writing itself is like a week, and I really have to. And it's the honestly like the part of the process I kind of procrastinate at the most.
Yeah.
So I really have to force myself. Sometimes I'll just like sequester myself in a cafe or library and say I won't leave until I get this much done. So it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'd call it writer's block, but definitely like a writer's. Like I struggle with a procrastination. I have to like go to a different place just to, a change of environment.
Yeah.
So it is a struggle for sure, writing.
Okay. So obviously you're from the Philippines, and there have been people that have blown up in North America. I mean, the one that you probably would know is Haley Steinfeld. She has Filipino heritage. She's part Filipino, I think. How do you feel about that? Do you feel a sense of pride? Do you feel like, how do you feel about that?
Very, very interesting question. The thing is, there's this whole, there's a thing called Filipino pride, wherein Filipinos will take a look at international celebrities who have some sort of Filipino heritage, even like, oh, their great-grandfather was Filipino and they're not white. So they're like, they're held up to a pedestal and say, oh, Filipino pride, Filipino pride. And it's not like the big celebrities, like you said, Haley Steinfeld, Bruno Mars.
Lee Rodrigo, I think, has...
Olivia Rodrigo, yeah. I mean, her last name is a very Filipino last name. A lot of American Idol finalists, interestingly enough, or not even American Idol, like The Voice, US, and Got Talent contestants, all the singers, whenever there's like a Filipino or Filipino immigrant who's part of those, they get so much love from the Philippines. But, and then this is actually, and I think this is like a thing called Filipino pride, where Filipinos will like see this international recognition and celebrate them. And this is translated into content creators as well. There's this whole, I don't know if it was like years ago or recently, but I actually plan to like make a video about this once I get enough viewers. But there are these white, I don't want to single out a single race. I mean, American. There are these American or Western content creators who will make videos reacting to Filipino media.
Yeah.
Usually Filipino media that's very beautifully produced and well made.
Yeah.
And they'll like cry on camera and say, oh, the Philippines is so amazing and it's so beautiful. Or just foreign vloggers coming to the Philippines and marveling at all these like Filipino landmarks and talking to Filipino people and say, oh, the Philippines is so beautiful. And they will get millions of views. Yeah. Millions.
Yeah.
By Filipinos who want to get that validation, that foreign validation.
Yeah.
So it all just ties into that. And I don't know, I'm kind of feel a little uncomfortable that it's made into this thing that's very... I don't want to say that these foreigners are like exploiting the Philippines, but almost like a way of using this Filipino pride to get clicks, to get views.
Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable about that.
Yeah.
And we've seen... go ahead, yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny, man. Here's the thing. My background is I'm from Pakistan. My parents were from, my mom's from Pakistan. Okay. And our heritage is kind of, I think, below, like, it's a very interesting heritage in general. And the one thing I've been noticing is that a lot of these Pakistan and the Middle East, I'm noticing, again, the same exact thing as you're saying. These content creators are going to these countries and they're saying these countries are so great and don't believe what the media is saying. And look, I don't mind it. Look, man, I'm all for, more positive sort of outlooks on these countries, because these countries are not, again, the world is not black and white. There's a lot of gray area. And I think, there's great people in every country. Again, that's not, a hot take to say that. But again, it's like, are they using it because this is going to improve the perception, or are they using it because of something else, more monetary gain? Maybe, they're being, maybe there's like a, I wouldn't say they're being paid off, but maybe there's something along those lines. It's very interesting.
Right. Do you notice that with like American content creators going to Pakistan and like making these like very fluff videos?
Yeah.
Is that like a real phenomenon? Or reaction content was the big one in the Philippines. Is there a similar phenomenon in Pakistan? Like, oh, look at this.
Actually, you know what? There is, but it's subtle.
Oh my goodness.
There's not many videos, but you search for it, you'll see it.
Okay.
And look, I'm all for these countries getting a little bit more positive, outlook, because you gotta understand, like, you're a person that makes videos about the 2000s and the 2010s. A lot of that time, it's especially after 9/11, it was a very tough time to be, again, a Muslim in North America and Europe.
Oh, yeah,
right.
You're right. Yeah.
Right? And again, a lot of the blockbusters, a lot of the major books, and again, why you think a lot of these political sort of novels, guys like Tom Clancy, and look, man, I'm not saying they shouldn't be allowed to have their opinion or perspective, but a lot of it felt like, okay, you're using this to get a rise out of people. You know, you're using this as sort of a kind of a veiled attempt to sort of show your real sort of opinion about, you know, people like me, right? Because people don't understand is that, again, there's a story after 9/11, I think, that somebody got murdered, and this guy was wearing a turban, right? But the guy who shot him thought he was a terrorist because he was brown.
Jesus.
It's like, the thing is, it still happens, you know?
Islamophobia is, like, terrible.
Yeah. You know, so, and that's the funny thing, too, is, like, you know, not all brown people are religious, you know? And that's the perception, I think, that it's going to take a little while to shake off because, again, whenever something bad happens and it happens to be, you know, a brown person or whoever who's perpetrating that, there's going to be all these, again, discussions and all this discourse and all this brain rot when it's like, you guys, you should, and I always say this, like, treat this case by case, you know? Just because, again, somebody or someone wants to, somebody wants to do an attack on a school, we don't just make a generalization, man. All these people are again, this or that, right? There is a level of nuance that I think is missing, intentionally or unintentionally. So how do you feel about that?
You're absolutely right. I do think that something about the internet nowadays, like in the 2020s. By the way, like, I totally get what you were talking about. The Islamophobia was so bad after 9/11. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And even speaking out, like, against the Islamophobia, the xenophobia was already kind of controversial, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, to your point about like treating, like you said, the world isn't black and white. There has to be that room for nuance. But something about 2020's internet, man, is just like everyone is so, like, quick to generalize and quick to just group people into certain things. And when they have that one event that kind of confirms their bias, everyone's like, oh, that just shows that all X people are bad. And I want to be more nuanced. I want to treat everything on a case-by-case basis. But the state of internet in the 2020s makes me more, like, cautious.
Yeah.
Or, like, when someone makes kind of an off-color joke or kind of a joke that I don't really agree with, I kind of get a little nervous around them. Like, oh, should I? And I hate that I've been driven to that kind of point.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, just for your own mental health is really just not to engage with people who you disagree with at that point. But I really think there should be that room for nuance, and I don't know how we're gonna resolve that. But I just agree with everything you said. So
yeah, I want to also add is that one thing I noticed is that the one thing that's been driving this type of conversation, I'm shifting towards something a little bit more, I'm going to sort of more banal in the sense of just like, whenever, because again, the Grammy award season seems like it's around the corner, right? Every year, everybody making all their predictions and stuff like that. And I swear it gets worse every single year. I swear that just because one person wins something over someone else, there's all this, like, fire. And it's like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, it's not that serious, man. Like, I mean, it was really, here's the thing, it was really bad, because I remember it was 2023, it was the Oscars, I think, and Emma Stone won over Lily Gladstone, right? And look, I didn't really agree with that at the time. I still kind of don't. But, like, seeing people just lose their minds was, like, something I had never seen before. Like, it was, like... And then I realized, like, this is the culmination of devaluing awards. You know, don't you? You know, that's the thing. When you start devaluing everything in a conversation, right? Because look at it like this, right? You know, for example, did you like the Beyonce album from last year? Forgot the name.
Carbon Carter.
Yeah, did you like it?
I haven't gotten around to listening to it, but I heard, I listened to some songs. I remember liking them.
Okay, are you a fan of Beyonce?
Generally, yeah. I like her contribution to the culture is nuts. Like she's done a lot. So,
but you know, but why don't you think, right? Like, think about this, right? She has everything, right? She has cultural impact, musical impact. She has influence. She's like, there's a stat that I saw, it blew my mind, that her and Michael Jackson are the only artists ever to have over 1,000 awards. You know,
for real?
Yeah,
oh,
major, small, like over 1,000 awards in their career.
Wow, okay.
Right? In their career. Beyonce is only in her early 40s, right? And yet, if you say that, but when you say, okay, Beyonce should be in the GOAT conversation, or she should be in the same room as Prince and Michael, people look at you like you're crazy.
Sure.
Why? Like, and then they start talking about, oh, Jay-Z bought all those Grammys, all this and that, and I'm like, it's like, what are we talking about here? And then but then when their faves win something, there's like, okay, this is their moment. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? It's like, it's against this hypocrisy. It just drives me crazy. Then I realized that this hypocrisy drives Stan Twitter. It drives these forums because a lot of them know that they're wrong. A lot of them know that they're full of shit, but they have to keep up the facade to get that dopamine hit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it has to do with, like, the parasociality of it all. Attaching your own identity, your whole identity to whether this person succeeds or not.
Yeah.
And it's just strange because, like, the Grammys and the Oscars and all of those awards have never been more irrelevant at any point in recent history.
Yeah.
Like, the internet is so fractured that, like, I bet most people don't even know when the Oscars is. Compared to when I was, like, a teenager, when the Oscars was, like, the biggest headliner of the month.
Yeah.
But now it's like, who even cares? Or the Grammys or whatever. And I'm like I'm pretty deep in music discourse, and I don't even know, like, oh, the Grammys happened? Oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of amazing that, like, they really magnify the importance of these awards and what they mean, to an extent where, like, they're the ones hyping it up more than any other person. It's really the stans who are driving it, who are driving the importance, who are driving the significance of these awards, when really it's like, really? Is it that important?
You know, it's interesting because, I mean, do you watch sports?
No, not at all. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But go ahead, please. I want to hear your anecdote.
The same exact thing is happening there as well. Every day, every month, I keep seeing posts. You know, the MVP doesn't matter, championships don't matter, All-Star, All-NBA, whatever, All-League, their popularity contest, this person's stat pattern, this person's ruining the game, and it's like, it's not just basketball, it's happening everywhere. It's even happening in F1. I'm like, what? Like, you would think, right, sports that are not even individually, like, focused are becoming more individually focused than ever. Not the rules have changed, it's just the way that we discuss these things change, right? When you start acting like someone's career isn't good just because they're not the top of the top, that's a problem, right? Again, it's either you're the worst thing ever or you're the best thing ever. There's no middle ground, right? I mean, for example, have you heard of, you must have heard of Stranger Things, right?
Yeah, familiar.
Okay. Have you watched it? Did you like it?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Pretty behind. I'm pretty behind on TV. I'm sorry.
Okay. You must have heard of Millie Bobby Brown, right?
Oh yeah, I know who she is. Yeah.
Okay. This is a video I think you should eventually make. is that
go ahead.
internet I'll call it the internet character assassination of Millie Bobby Brown. Because when she started out, everybody loved her. Whenever she's on the show, and all the comments were super, super positive, right? And then there's a shift that happened. And I start noticing that shift right away, and I'm like, okay, they're onto her now, right? It started from making shit up just to hate on her. You know, they were saying the whole, like, homophobic...
It's the homophobic thing?
Yeah. That's not... Like, and I thought, okay, I thought to myself, okay, this is BS. There's no way people... And I'm like, wait, people believe this shit? And she got ran off of Twitter, right? It feels like ever since that moment, every single thing she does has been micromanaged and microanalyzed to a point where people are making fucking 20-minute videos about, you know, she got plastic surgery, she's this, she's that, yada, yada, yada. And you add in the whole, like, again, you know, the whole, like, it's just, to me, so absurd. And it's like, and then you go on Reddit, it's even worse. Anytime she's in a movie, there's this thing about, oh, does she really care about making a movie? Does she really care about acting? And it's like, it's so absurd to me, right? And it's like, just because she isn't Meryl Streep or whatever the hell you want her to be, does not mean that her career is an abject failure. Because you look at it from the outside, she's had an incredible career, right? She is the lead engine of maybe the biggest show of the last 10 years. Think about that for a second. And we've had a lot of big shows during that time. Squid Games and Wednesday and Game of Thrones. Like, Stranger Things. Anytime that show's on, everybody is talking about it. You know? I've been seeing a lot more posts by Stranger Things, even though the episodes are going to release in a couple months from now. That's how much power it has. She is the lead engine of that show. You would think that would, again, give people a benefit of the doubt. And you start adding in Nola Holmes, and she was in those Godzilla movies. And you start realizing, okay, you know what? She is not as bad as people say she is. Just because she's in a bad movie, you know, Electric State. That's when things really got off the rails. I know that movie is... Did you watch Electric State?
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm, like, so behind on, like, all of media, all of movies and TV. I only watch YouTube. Okay. But no, go ahead, please. When we have any anecdotes, I'm kind of interested. I'm interested to hear.
Right? You know...
Yeah.
That, and when I saw that, I'm like, and it's so funny that people try to act fake concerned about her potentially, you know what, being in a inappropriate relationship or people having inappropriate advances on her. I'm like, you don't care about that. You're using that as a shield. You're using that to push your agenda, right? So it's like, it's so disgusting. Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah. Actually, I want to circle back because, like, the one I don't really pay attention to, like, the at least like her celebrity reputation and how it kind of like was weird, but I do want to circle back to the homophobia thing. Yeah, because it started out as a joke. Yeah, it started out as, oh, this is so absurd, this is so ridiculous that there's no way
it's true.
Like an actress this young, an actress this successful would actually be homophobic. But then like something with the internet was like, well, what if she was, though? And then the irony just kind of went one layer down, where people were like, oh, but is she actually homophobic? But they never stopped making jokes. Yeah. And then it kept going and going and going until, like, everyone just accepts that she's homophobic when she's never done anything of the sort. Yeah. There's another similar example, more on the pop music sphere now. Yeah. Pop music / Disney Channel sphere, called this young actress called Rainy Rodriguez.
Oh yeah,
that was terrible.
That was wild.
It started where she had like, you know, she didn't look like all the other Disney Channel stars, you know, and that's totally fine. Hello.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she just you know, she did her own thing, but then this sort of ironic, like, oh, she's the next Beyonce. Oh, she's so amazing and awesome. She's the queen. But it was so obviously done ironically to the point where it was, like, not cool anymore. Yeah. And people were comparing, and just, like, the comparisons to Beyonce. Like, the irony was so obvious. Yeah. That it really felt like bullying. Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of that weird irony poisoning that happened to, you know, Millie Bobby Brown, and now it's Renee Rodriguez, and I'm sure a bunch of others. Yeah. I think there's a bunch of other celebrities now kind of are given that same treatment where you kind of ironically do something to make them stand out, and then the negative image is what people remember at the end of the day.
There's a saying that I always, again, it's from a basketball podcast, right, of all things, but there's a saying that I just stuck with me after I watched it, and this person said it like perfectly. He said, during your career, we talk about things that you can't do. Okay, this person can't do this person can't be this person and that person, yada, yada, yada. But when their career ends, we talk about the things that you did, right? And I think that you look at the biggest artists in the world, you know, the Taylor Swifts, Beyoncé's, all that stuff. I feel like that the conversation is almost never about how they change the way we look at things. It's always about, okay, this person did this, she liked this post, she posted with this person, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like, and then I realized, okay, they're taking all their insecurities as they are as a person, taking all their faults, and they're projecting it. And they're getting mad at the people not projecting it back. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Then I realized that they're missing something. There's a hole inside, they're trying to fill it. And I always say that filling that hole of anger will always lead to a destructive end, no matter where you are, or how high you are in a hierarchy and stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's really that parasociality thing where you put all your identity into one person, and when that one person isn't perfect or isn't this idealized person in your head, if they even step a little bit out of bounds, they're immediately like enemy number one. Like it's so easy to like see them as perfect angel to the worst person in the world in just like a coin flip. It's actually kind of concerning.
Yeah, it is concerning.
There's so many young people who think like this. And I actually kind of think, I almost think it's a little bit selfish, but I kind of think of that in the context of a lot of content creators, even like the medium-sized, large-ish content creators, especially when they mean so much to other people.
Yeah.
Like when they have this big outsized following where some people really think they're the greatest person in the world, it's just so easy for them to do something that those people don't like, and then immediately get that backlash without, people thinking critically of like, what am I actually projecting here? What am I doing that I'm like sending all my hate to this one person? Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
But the thing is, like, I feel like it's a human trait to be inherently, I think, negative about people that are doing better than you. You know, it's like I said, it's easier to hate than to appreciate. And sure, there's people that I don't like. There's things I don't like.
Yeah.
But I would never say, I hope this person, has this happen to them or that happen. It's like, I know for a fact that is going to, like, mess me up. Right? I always say, if you don't like something, then don't watch it. No one's forcing you to watch it. No one's forcing you to talk about it. But that also is onto the person that you have to find other avenues to fulfill yourself. And the one thing I would say that I think is driving this sort of kind of discourse into the mud is the non-embracing of underground art in general. Because anytime somebody blows up from the underground, they get this whole fan base of people that were not there from the beginning, that have not understood what they've done. And again, the same thing happens to them. It's interesting because I look at someone like, for example, you must know Charlie XCX is, right?
Of course, yeah.
Right?
Big fan from a long time, yeah.
Yeah. You see where she started from, right? Like, she was a songwriter, and then she blows up from I Love It and Fancy, and she had this really big underground following after that. She's literally pivoted, to becoming sort of a avant-garde art pop sort of queen type of figure, right? Then she, right? Then she blew up with Brat, like fully, She won a couple Grammys. Her song being played on the radio, and it was something that was surreal because I say this would not happen 20 years ago. Of someone like that having an album like that would not happen 20 years ago, but there's that one concert that she did. You absolutely know what I'm talking about, where she did this comment or tweet about, I don't know, Radiohead or something, and people got so angry. And I'm like, this is what y'all getting angry at? Like, come on now. Right? And I realized, okay, she's just a new target now. She has a target on her back. As unfortunate as that is.
Earlier, you brought up the idea of, like, you're going to hate... It's natural to hate people who are doing better than you.
Yeah.
And I just kept thinking of well, there's this other YouTuber I really like who actually directly inspired me a lot called ContraPoints.
Yeah. Yeah.
She did this video about the concept of envy.
Yeah.
And I just kept thinking about how it really is natural for us to look at these people who are doing better, and then you feel that envy. The first feeling is like, oh, I resent this person because they're so successful. And then suddenly... But you can't say that, because saying that I envy this person or I resent this person, that's not cool. That's not a fun feeling to feel.
Yeah.
So then you have to find some negative thing about them to latch onto and say, no, this is the reason I dislike them, because this and that. And it's just a lot easier to get mad at the people rather than the systems that drove that.
Yeah.
I just, that was just something earlier you said that really, like, that made me remember that. And I also see your point about that actually another YouTuber, I'm just gonna name like YouTubers I like.
Yeah.
But there's this other YouTuber who blew up very recently, whose videos I adore, by the way, called David Achu.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah. Great YouTuber.
Yeah, you should get him on your podcast.
I'll try, man. I mean,
oh, you did?
I'll try. I'll try.
Please, yeah. He rules. He's like half my age, but like I respect him so much. But he said something in a video where like the hustle will never be respected.
Yeah. Until
you get the results.
Yeah.
Like it's almost shameful to say, oh, I'm doing a YouTube channel when you don't have 1,000 subscribers, when you don't have 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Like it's not something you just say.
Yeah.
Like that is there's a shame to that, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like you can't ever come out with, oh, I'm actually doing this thing if it's not yet getting results. Like there's a shame in that. How do you feel about that as like someone who's also making content for the internet?
Yeah.
Or do you have any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I do actually. It's funny you mentioned that because I'll tell you a story. This was when I first started. There's like I kind of feel I'm gonna mention this. So you probably not heard of this, but there used to be this thing called BYOD when I was in school, right? And it was like bring your own device. You could bring your phones, whatever. Because before you couldn't bring your phones to school, right?
Yeah, I remember that. That was my era. Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't bring your phones to school, and next thing you know, it comes in, and as usual, they didn't have any regulations. They didn't have any real strict rules, so people just went buck wild. There was scandals. Like, there were literally scandals every school that I've been to involving these phones. Because they didn't, regulate it properly. And they think, okay, let's take them away. And it still kept happening, you know? Because people will always find a way to do stupid shit with anything. You know, phone or not. And the one thing that I realized is that when I first, again, because there used to be this site that was like Facebook, but for students. And my brother was, again, he was popular on that site. He would post almost every other day. I remember I posted something and I got no views. I got like 2-3 likes. And I bet you most of them were like my brother and his friends. Because, you know, my brother's friends they're cool with me, I'm cool with them type of thing, right? And then you know, a couple years later down the line, you know, not even a couple years later, not even a year later, that site gets shut down because somebody did this 3-4 page post about, they said llamas for life. And that's a slang term up in North America, means guns. And obviously, you know, they got upset about that. They ended up shutting down the whole site, right? But anytime I was going to the site, there's just constant arguments, constant back and forth. And it kind of like, what the hell is this? And then I go on Reddit, right? My brother introduced me to Reddit, funny enough, right? I was on it, I was browsing, same exact thing. But I swear to you, it has not been as bad as it is right now. It is bad. There's this subreddit called subreddit drama. Have you heard of that?
Familiar, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Every couple days, there's this post that blows up on the subreddit, and it's, again, those same people go into that post, and they're arguing about whatever point they made, whatever side they're on. It's, again, there's a lot of tribalism, because we are a tribalistic species. We don't think in nuance. We think of instinct and feeling and emotion. We don't think in logic, right? Mm-hmm. You know? You don't see bears, have fights with squirrels and fishes just because they want to have a fight. No. They go after those creatures because they want to survive. But not fighting them just because they want to fight them. Right? And that. But you see every day, news story, this person from other side of town just beats up somebody just because they want to beat up somebody. Just because they want to, screw shit up. And that's what I felt like when I was on Reddit, because, my first Reddit account it didn't do that well. But there were a couple posts that blew up. And I'm like, okay, let me start asking people. And I start asking people, I start having conversations. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to take what they say and apply it to my new Reddit account. The new Reddit account, it blows the F up. It blows up like crazy. Like, I got like 1 million karma in a year. And I was posting...
Oh, wow.
Well, I was posting constantly. I figured out the formula, right? And the funny thing is that all you really need is a catchy title and an image that will drive conversation in and of itself. A lot of these sort of white people Twitter, black people Twitter, even non-political Twitter now, those subreddits are driven by engagement. A lot of them are not having nuanced conversations. Not a lot. There are posts that are nuanced conversations. A lot of them are, again, reactionary shit. And that's what drives the internet. It's rage bait. That's what drives it. And I kind of engaged in that a little bit. And then I started realizing that people were getting mad at me for being a bot, even though I see people be posting every hour of every day, but whatever, okay? It comes with the territory. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop posting on Reddit, and I'm like, okay, that's probably not going to happen. But I said to myself, I'm going to do a new account, and this new account is going to be more nuanced, more thing. And the same exact thing, it blew up. I have like a 600K on Reddit, karma. And I'm like, okay, I want to transfer that to something else. Because I feel like anytime I did something, it worked. On Twitter, on my old Twitter account, a lot of my comments are getting 5 likes, 10 likes. Some of them are getting 100 likes, 1,000 likes. And it was crazy. It was surreal. Like, whoa. Right? And I realized, I figured it out. Right? And then it's the same thing with Instagram comments. I'm getting a lot of likes on those. YouTube comments, I get a lot of likes on those. And I'm like, I want to transfer this to something that's productive. And I'm like, that's how I started my podcast channel. Because I see these other podcast channels, and I see that they're limited on the things they can talk about. They're limited because they often edit out the best bits. There's this one interview that kind of confirmed why the modern podcast era that we're in is so wonky, because there's this interview that Joe Rogan did with Josh Brolin, Thanos.
Yeah.
And Brolin's telling a really interesting story about he was on set with Denzel Washington on American Gangster by Ridley Scott. Great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
And they're saying, like, almost scrapped with Denzel, and he was very in it, and he was very, very, like, detail-oriented. And Joe's just, like, looking high as a kite. Joe's like, he might as well not be listening to it. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, can you imagine, like, if somebody did that, they'll get slapped in the face. But here, it gets rewarded. And then also the other stuff, the political stuff with Joe, like, again, that's its own can of worms. I don't want to really let this conversation get derailed by that. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to do something different. And there's this one person that really, like, okay, I got to do this. I usually, the last couple of years, I've been going to, like, Comic-Con and stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
In Canada, Toronto. And there's this Mississauga, and I forget this. So my mom sees this brochure in the library near our place, because I live in Port Credit, in Mississauga. It's right off of Lake Ontario. and there's a library nearby, and she sees his brochure, and she's like, "Yeah, you know, you used to like, hey, have you seen this?" I said, "No, I've not." I looked at the brochure. I'm like, "Okay, this is interesting," and I'm like, "Okay," and then I thought to myself, "Okay, they're not gonna have anyone big. It's gonna be very indie. Am I really? I don't know." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll go. If I don't like it, I won't go." And I never forget. I go in there, 2022, and it just everything just it was so surreal seeing how every for that little piece of time, it felt like I stepped into a different world. I felt like I was with people that operated, that thought the same way that I saw it, but it was different. And then 2024 really kicked things into gear. And I remember I was talking to this guy, and he did this like anime stuff, right? And I said, he said, you really ask professional questions, man. You should be an interviewer. I'm like, wow. And then like light bulb switch, and I started scouring the internet, and I found this one guy, two people that were willing to do it. There was a rapper named World 30, and this other guy named Pascal Marco Veltri. He's this comic indie artist. His art's really cool. His stories are really interesting. But again, he's not big. He's not Frank Miller or Grant Morrison. But hey, I'll take it. And more and more and more, it got bigger. It got bigger. And it got bigger. I said to myself, it got to the point where I'm literally sitting on interviews now. And anytime I post them, again, it gets promoted somewhere. It's whether it's whether it's creators promoting or someone else is talking about it. And it's like, okay, this is what I'm talking. This is what I was looking for this whole time. And the funny thing is, I've only been doing this for like 7-8 months. So yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, I think it's awesome that like the internet can just. Well, I mean, to your point earlier about like how like rage bait really rules the internet, like rage bait, whatever, like things that will get people's blood pumping and get people arguing in the comments, like that really does drive the internet, doesn't it? Like that's really the secret to more money.
Yeah.
More. It kind of sucks that we're wired like that. It kind of sucks that I actually put the blame more on the corporations.
Yeah.
That incentivize like the thing to get people for more money for them will be if people argue, because that's not how the internet was necessarily before. The internet, like in 2000, had its problems.
Yeah, for sure.
But it wasn't. The problems weren't like. I mean, there was rage bait, I'm sure, but it wasn't as. There was trolls, obviously, but it wasn't as commoditized. I guess like. Oh, just put a inflammatory tweet there, and then people will talk about you or will argue in the comments. Like that's not how it worked before. But when corporations got involved, when stockholders got involved, that's when the gloves really came off.
Yeah,
it sucks. It's not how I would have designed, this information superhighway, but whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just cool that your thing blew up. Because, people were just sharing it. Isn't it crazy how, like, I don't know, that something that you make is listened to by people around the world, by just random people. Like, that alone just kind of boggled my mind, because I couldn't have imagined this when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Before the internet. Like, that's just being listened to by these strangers almost is crazy.
It's crazy. It is crazy. It's interesting you brought that up, because who is the most famous person that said it, I love your work, I like your work, or whatever?
Oh, I do have an answer for that. Okay, a couple of people come to mind. One was a YouTuber who I did watch for a while, a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago.
Yeah.
But a YouTuber called Jordan Fringe.
Wow.
He makes...
Shout out to him.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah.
No way, that's awesome.
I'm like, wow. I love that guy.
Oh, that's awesome. The crazy part was he just commented on my second video, which blew up. He just had like, hey, this is a cool video. And I just thought, that's amazing that he commented, because I know who he is, but whatever. It's just a one-off thing. He commented on my third video and on my fourth video. He followed me on all my socials.
That's crazy.
And we got to talking, and like I like to think that we're like, good on Discord. We've talked to each other on there.
Yeah.
So that kind of blew my mind, that someone who I used to watch like at some point, sometimes regularly, is now like someone I can consider like a friend.
Yeah.
And I'm now I watch his videos more too, and I engage with his videos more, like pretty much like all the time now.
Yes.
I kind of see him for as this person who kind of helped me. Another one, this is random, but I did include. So, do you know that Minecraft parody, the DJ God is Falling in Love Minecraft by Captain Sparkles?
Yeah.
I made a passing reference to that video on my second video on YouTube Pop Song Parody.
Yeah.
And the vocalist for that video just commented on
That's
video.
crazy.
She just said, "Try Hard Ninja." Try Hard Ninja. The vocalist, the one who said, "Baby tonight, the creepers." That guy just commented on my video. He just said "creeper," and I kind of funny. Like left a really long comment, like, "Oh my god, I think your voice is amazing." It's kind of cringe, but whatever. I was just insane.
Damn,
to know that he listened to my video, that was insane.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
And I just wanted to throw this back to you because I know that you've interviewed Solar Sands.
Yeah.
And I know that you've interviewed T1J.
Yeah.
Both creators that I adore.
Yeah.
I've watched them for so long, and it's just so cool you get to you had these conversations with them. I just think it's awesome.
Yeah. It's so funny about Solar Sands, bro. That was to me, that was the point. I'm like, okay, this can actually go somewhere. You know? That was because I was like, okay, I was interviewing people that didn't have that much of a following, and I'm like, I could do this till infinity, but I thought to myself, at some point, I gotta go big. At some point, I gotta, again, step out of my comfort zone. I'll never forget this. So, I don't know why, I sent emails to Solar Sands, hey, I love your work, this is what I do, this is what I want to do, this is how I'm gonna do it. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm for it. He just said, just pick a date that I think, just pick a good date. I said, I said to myself, I'll just do December 24th of 2024. Funny enough. Mm-hmm. And I remember I set everything up. I sent the link to him. And the conversation was just natural. We had such natural chemistry. It was so crazy.
Nice.
And I posted the video, and he posted on his socials. And it's like my second most viewed video. It's like it has 200 views, 211 views. But to me, that was a massive win. It brought my profile up. And again, anytime I talk to him, he responds. We have a conversation. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
And I was like, That's him.
Awesome.
It's so funny because I brought up the idea of like, hey, let's do another more in-depth interview. And he said, and he said to me like, I'll think about it. And that's a win. Like, okay, at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the fact I even got him to respond was a win. The fact that I have an actual, like, I could talk to this brother. This guy has 1 million subscribers. Like, it's crazy. And it's like, that's what the best part about this job is that you could, again, make connections that no other person could do, really, you know? You're kind of like the middleman. You're not a fan, but you're not the content creator. You're like the middleman. It's a really interesting way of just, of content creation in general. And it's so funny because I asked him this question. I said, have you ever been noticed in public? And he said no, which shocked me. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. And he showed his face before, so I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, wow. Okay, this is interesting. Have you been, I throw back to you. Have you been noticed in public by somebody who's in your family or friends?
Dude, I have like 1% of Solar Sands following. And, another thing, we were tying back to the Philippines, the Philippines angle. I live in the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
So, but like 60% of my audience is American.
Yeah.
I believe the like in my mind, there's 60% US. I think like 15% UK.
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
I forget the others, and then it's like Germany, and then Philippines. Philippines is like 1% of my viewers.
Wow.
And I really have a feeling that 1% is like my family and friends who I share my videos to sometimes.
Yeah.
And like they don't, honestly, like even my family and my friends, they're like, they don't understand what I'm talking about a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It really does tie into that like whole internet being this sort of escape from real life, or this kind of different thing from real life, where you have such different interests from even your friends that you need these other, you need to find elsewhere to be able to like talk about these interests. So yeah, never been recognized in public. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, interesting. Have you been
and
on?
I just think it's go ahead. Sorry.
Have you been on a trip outside the Philippines?
Oh yeah. Yeah, my family loves to travel, and sometimes they take me along, which is cool.
Okay.
I've been to the U.S.
Wow.
A couple of times.
Wow.
So I've seen you. I really like New York. I like San Francisco. I like the big metropolitan areas.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Just like
makes sense. Have you seen movie in theaters recently?
Oh man, no. I the last one I watched was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Wow.
the Korean biopic. That was a long time ago.
Wow.
I'm not really, honestly, like, aside, not even the theater angle, but I'm really not. I really haven't been watching movies and TV.
Man, you gotta watch. Bro, you
now.
have to watch. You must have seen the Superman posters and stuff around town.
I have seen the Superman. Yeah, today. Yeah, I mean, like recently. Yeah, today even. I was like passing by the movie theater. Yeah.
You should watch that movie, bro. Like I watched it.
I hear those are good.
Yeah, like like, it released on my birthday, so like it was the easiest thing.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yeah, no, thank you. It was a blast, man. How can I? It's like
I hear it.
It's like, you know, the animated series of Superman. It's like that, but in live action. It's the best. I'm honestly, bro. I'm honestly thinking rewatching it. You know, in theaters, because I never do that. Even movies I love, I never rewatch in the theaters. I usually rewatch it at home. But that movie, man, like that was something else, bro. That was something special, man.
A return to form for DC, which was kind of like going under the toilet next to Marvel. Because like it's, you know, compared to Marvel, it was like the big cash cow, the big like everyone loved Marvel, and then suddenly everyone didn't. and now DC's the one. I have been watching. Okay, this is kind of mean, but I have been watching like these videos, and this is really mean. But like about like Gal Gadot's acting, how that kind of ruined things, and like, oh, she was kind of terrible as Wonder Woman, which I don't want to pile onto a woman like that, but I mean, she wasn't a great actress.
Nah, she wasn't. She wasn't.
Like,
I say it like this. I say it like this, right? I think obviously a lot of that hate has come from her political stance on certain things, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, and I thought to myself, okay, really? I thought to myself, okay, that makes sense. But a lot of it is like, you're just kind of nitpicking. Like, it's the same thing I brought up. It's like, I always say this, like, you know, they don't keep that same energy with other people. They don't. Like, I was having a conversation with somebody, and I brought up Ana de Llamas. And like, you could make the same compilations of her. And I'm not saying someone should, or we should pile on her, but she has all of the same issues in the fundamental way that she acts on screen. I'll see no one say anything like that to her. For whatever reason. Maybe she's not political. Maybe she stays quiet. Maybe she's quote unquote not woke or whatever BS that is. Or maybe she just again, the internet likes you, they like you, man. So she's Teflon, man.
Yeah. I think with Gal Gadot especially because she catered to like the comic book side of things. Yeah. And you know, some of I don't want to say all fans, obviously not all fans, but you know, there are fans who will be a little bit more sexist, a little bit more like just because they're a woman and I don't want to generalize. It's like but it's been known to happen, so
yeah. I don't disagree with that at all, actually. Do you read books? What's your favorite book?
I like nonfiction books, honestly. Like, I actually I actually use a lot of nonfiction books for some of my videos. Yeah. Like one book that I used for a recent video was this book by Gretchen McCulloch about how we talk over the internet. So Gretchen McCulloch is this linguist who documented how we talk over the internet and how it's evolved and changed over the years.
Yeah.
And she just had this excellent book about language over the internet, and I just was just so captivated by it, and made a whole video sort of going over some of her points. I just really like that book. Another book in that same vein, like books about internet behavior, basically, I'm immediately like, yes, I'm going to read like all of it. There's another book that I really, really like. It's called It Came From Something Awful. So it's a nonfiction, almost like a journalist point of view of how 4chan of all websites got its start.
Yeah. And
what were the factors that led to 4chan being made.
Yeah.
And how it shaped history. Like how 4chan sort of memed its way to the political sphere.
Yeah.
And how all of QAnon and how all that happened.
Yeah.
And comparing it to Tumblr, and it's a very in-depth look of how internet shaped politics, and I just loved. I've reread that book quite a few times, honestly, because there's just so many interesting insights that I'm like, ooh, like this is like it gets my critic video essay brain like the wheels in my mind spinning because it's just so interesting. It's by a professor, but by someone called Dale Barron.
Dave.
I just can't recommend that book enough.
Wow, interesting.
Dale Barron, yeah.
Wow.
So that's one of my. That's probably like I would say my favorite book at the moment.
Okay.
I've reread it. I reread it kind of recently, just because there were these sections about like how capitalism shaped meme culture. Yeah. Or how capitalism was like in the how like in the 90s people were all like ironic and edgy. And like, we kind of hate society, and then the internet happened, and then that kind of faded away. But then as corporations got onto the internet, then we went back to becoming ironic and edgy. It's kind of like this weird cycle. I don't know. I love it. I love the book.
What is your? I know you're like you said you're behind on movies and TV, but what is your favorite movie? And what's your favorite TV show?
Ooh. Movie, because I was watching a lot of movies in like the 2000s.
Yeah.
That was the last time I was connected to the pop culture. And one movie that was like a big Oscar award darling at the time, but it really did stick with me. Little Miss Sunshine.
Yes.
If you're familiar. 2006, Abigail Breslin, about this child like entering a beauty pageant and the journey of her family going, like that really struck a chord with me. That really moved me. Because I was like a teenager watching this. Yeah. Who was kind of like a perfectionist and overachiever, and that really spoke to it's like, if you don't know that movie, it's like this. It's basically about winning, about what it means to be a winner, and how like what it means to be like competitive, and what like does that matter in the real world. Yeah. So I just fell in love with that with that movie. Okay. I rewatched that quite a bit too. Yeah. TV show. I do have a TV show that's on my mind right now. I'm just because like I binge watched it yesterday because of a video that I'm making. The next video I'm making is about this TV show in particular, so you'll see it when you if you see my channel in like a few weeks' time, it'll be out. Okay. But I was just in the middle of like binge watching that TV show. But like overall, I would say like lifelong TV show, I really love Twilight Zone.
Wow.
Twilight Zone's
really good.
And and Black Mirror.
Black Mirror's fire.
Although Black Mirror I haven't been updated on. I haven't watched the last 2 seasons. Yeah. But like the early seasons still those are awesome.
Yeah. Have you heard of Tron Legacy?
I know that it's like a reboot of the original Tron.
It's a sequel.
Honestly, sequel. Yeah. I just know, the funny thing about me is that I'm such a film, like I know a lot about like films, especially from the olden times, but I don't watch them. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with me, but like I know about them, but I know all about their trivia and all that, and years, I could like name you director, stars, year that was released, but I can't tell you what happened in them. Yeah. I I just watch what other YouTubers say about them, or
Yeah.
I read reviews, but I don't. But anyway, long answer to say, yeah, I just know it as the sequel to Tron.
Okay.
I know. Oh, it had like a big Daft Punk soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
I love Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny about that. I'm gonna segue. What is your favorite artist, and what is your favorite album?
Ooh. Okay. One I always like come back to, I would say, Amy Winehouse. Would be my favorite artist.
Yeah.
She's fire. She's fire. I was so sad when she passed.
Yeah.
Way too young, also 27. Yeah. And I want to say Back to Black, but honestly, it could change at any time in my life or any day, even that you ask me, it could change, like depending on what I was listening to.
Yeah.
But I would say like Amy Winehouse is probably the one I've listened to the most. Sad life.
It is, really is.
Her struggles, tragedy.
You must have heard of Ray.
No, I haven't. Oh my god.
Oh.
I've heard of her. I haven't gotten.
You have to check her out, man.
Okay, thank you.
You have to, bro.
Now
she is like, I would say,
right?
her music is like if Amy Winehouse was dropped in this era. It's not, because her story is so fascinating, right? So it's so funny. So I think in 2014, 2015, right? She was noticed by some executives, and David Guetta was again, they were part of this imprint, right? They noticed her, they made a couple songs, but none of them got released for whatever reason. She became a songwriter behind the scenes, and as a songwriter, her repertoire is absolutely insane. Like, she's written songs, she's written stuff for Beyonce, she's written songs for John Legend, Kylie Minogue, Charlie XCX, Rita Ora, like, bro, the list is and it's diverse, and that's her music. Her music is a lot of things, right? She can do EDM, she can do electronic, trap, a little bit of like hip hop, adjacent R&B, neo soul, funk. She's done a lot of covers, and all of them are amazing. She did this Tiny Desk, and that's when I realized, okay, she's special. Like, she is special. Like, I think you would love her music. I don't know.
This is RAYE, right?
REYE, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check her out. Like, I just need that push. Thank you. I've been hearing about her though.
Yeah. What type of music you mostly listen to? Like, is it only pop? Is it hip hop? Is it all over the place?
Like I did one whole video about pop music, weirdly enough. Like, so you could probably tell, like, I am like a more pop guy. I do like anything with like a catchy pop beat. Like, you can make a song in any genre.
Yeah.
But if the melody is really good and the structure is so, the structure goes up and down in the right places, then it would be like a pop masterpiece.
Yeah.
One example I can think of at the top of my head, there was this Black Mirror episode with Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Where they took the Nine Inch Nails song, Head Like a Hole, which was this like grunge, like
industrial,
dark energy. Yeah, industrial. Sorry, yeah, you're right. The industrial hip hop. Not hip hop. What am I talking about? Industrial rock song. Sorry. Oh my god. Industrial rock song, and when they made it into like a pop song, it sounded really good.
Yeah. Like,
it sounded legit.
Yeah.
And it really goes to show that, like, I think all songwriting, no matter what the genre, has to have this sort of, you have to be able to know how to make a pop melody at the end of the day,
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely
and some of my favorite songs, like, even like, I could listen to a Metallica album and like, I like how the melody sounds, even if it's like under these guitars and stuff.
Yeah.
But that said, I still like the genre. I still tend to gravitate to the most is
that's fair.
Pop is still pop.
That's fair.
Still pop. Like Carly Rae Jepsen's, your
yeah.
Beyonce's, your Kylie Minogue's.
Yeah.
Just because it's so catchy, and I like the catchiness.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So, what is the future of your channel? Like, because I don't know, like, is this a full-time job? You have a job on the side? Because you mentioned that, like...
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. You can answer.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure if I want to say this in public now, but at the moment, this is a full-time thing.
Okay.
But like I have to say I am extremely privileged and very, very lucky that I am in a position where I can do this full-time, even when it's not like the most profitable right now.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of tough for me to admit because I don't people don't want to. It's kind of hard to say like, oh, you have this privilege that you can like, basically not earn that much, because I don't earn that much right now. Yeah. Right now, at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am in that position where I can, I'm okay to try and do this full time, see where it goes.
Yeah.
Because my channel is looking good. Where the future of my channel, honestly, I feel like I almost painted myself into a corner in that I'm doing longer and longer videos, and it's a bit tough to be sustainable. When the 1 hour video takes like a month to make, and in YouTube, with content creators, you can go like make shorter videos every, shorter or longer videos every week, and then if one video doesn't do well, it's fine, you can move on to the next video. But when you release a video like once a month, and one video doesn't do well, like it only gets a certain amount of views, or you only get like what, $30, you're like, oh my god, how do I live? How am I going to survive with these meager views? So I kind of I don't know, I need to find other ways to like, I've been toying with the idea of maybe making shorts, maybe making short videos, just because I need more content out there. I need more content out in my channel, and like, I'm grateful for as grateful as I am for 11,000 subscribers. It's also like, it's not, it doesn't guarantee like each video will do well or will earn me enough, especially for how long it takes me to make videos.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. Are you open to moving overseas for better opportunity or more connections?
Actually, the beautiful thing about YouTube is that like you can work from anywhere, technically.
Yeah.
And once you get your audience, like, all my audience is in the US, then you're fine. You don't need to really go out there. And honestly, like, the cost of living in the Philippines compared to, say, the United States or even like Singapore, which is nearby, is so much cheaper.
Yeah, that's right here.
Than those other places. Yeah, it's really like, just in comparison. Like, I'm just thinking of like a comparison at the top of my head. I could buy a burger right now in McDonald's for like $1.30. Like the smallest burger, but that's pretty cheap, I think.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not sure. Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I wasn't sure about you guys.
Yeah.
With the fall of the dollar menu, but so the cost of living here being really cheap, and I'm like looking into moving possibly. So I just honestly, like, I'm happy with just staying here. But I do want to visit the U.S. Like, I don't know, like if I get big enough, I would love to go to like VidCon and see all these other creators that I've admired for so long, and maybe even some that I've talked to. Like that would be amazing. Like if I could go and do that.
All right.
We'll see, but hopefully, if I get to that point that I'm like at 100,000 or whatever, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be. That would be really cool. Who is your celebrity crush? I don't know if you have a girlfriend or not.
Oh no, I do have a partner. Oh shoot, should I? Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I have a partner. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think. Next question.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. So. Okay. Fine. No. Next question. I don't think I'm ready to divulge that.
You could just say one. Like, I'm not I'm not gonna be offended by it. Like,
oh man, I would say like, oh man, I remember like really being into Hugh Jackman for a long time ago when I was a kid.
yeah,
I mean, he's Wolverine. Come on, and he was like, I heard the statistic that he was like shirtless in every movie. He was.
yeah, that was
So,
a
like-
bit. That was a bit.
Yeah,
I could
crazy.
tell you mine.
Go ahead, please.
Haley Steinfeld, like she's
Okay,
Millie Bobby Brown.
I have this amazing. I was just doing this research on the Justin Bieber video,
Yeah,
and I was looking. I had this. So the internet archive exists where
yeah,
these pages from like 2000 whatever 2009 2008 are archived
yeah,
on this website.
yeah,
And Justin Bieber's page was archived in like 2009. This was before, like early 2009, before he released his big videos.
yeah,
So I looked at his YouTube page from like early 2009, before he even released One Time, One Less Lonely Girl, Baby, all the stuff that blew him up. I looked at his early YouTube page. Haley Steinfeld actually commented, and Haley Steinfeld was actually at the time this like starting like making this YouTube. She had this YouTube channel
what?
that she was just. Isn't that crazy?
That's
Like
great.
she was just like she was just making stuff for but like she wasn't like actively a YouTuber. She wasn't like an active YouTuber like you or me
Yeah.
or any other YouTuber you can think of. She was just more like, I think she was more of posting her like gigs,
Oh wow,
the gigs that she was doing on her channel.
wow,
And it was just crazy to see her comment on Justin Bieber's video that was just like, or Justin Bieber's page, because you could do that before, right?
Yeah.
You could comment on people's pages. And it was surreal to see her just comment on
damn,
Justin Bieber's page, or it was just like, hi, ILY. And it's kind of crazy because neither of them were famous back then.
yeah.
But then they just knew each other. They were just like in each other's orbit.
That's-
I find that so fascinating.
That is interesting. The world is a small place. And
Another thing is that sorry. Go ahead, dude, please.
I'll tell you the story. My first real crush, because I used to have date crushes, right? So, for example, I can name you a couple. Like, for example, there's this movie, BFG by Steven Spielberg, and it's like an adaptation of Ronald Dahl's story back in the day.
Ronald
right?
Dahl, yeah.
Yeah. And there's this actress, the main character, like there's the giant, but there's the human character. She's made the character. Her name was Ruby Barnell. And when I saw that trailer, I swear I was in the theater. I was obsessed with her for one day. Then it went away. And I saw her recently. She did this interview with someone, Macaulay Tucker, who I also interviewed, a couple months ago. And yeah, she still looks as good as ever. It's crazy. Another
What's her
one
name?
was I think it was Tove Lo. I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, the singer,
Yeah.
Pop singer.
And then my first real crush was Lana Del Rey. Like that's when like it clicked.
She's beautiful, man. My
Yeah,
God.
she is, bro. It clicked, bro. Especially during that time, bro. It was like I saw her. I never forget this. I searched her. I'm like, and it's just I got hit with just nostalgia. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
like whoa.
Yeah. Beautiful. I actually didn't mention her, but she's probably like up there as like top 20 artists for me. Probably top 10, maybe.
Yeah.
I've listened to all her albums.
Yeah.
I think they're amazing.
Yeah.
And she's beautiful. My God, she's
Yeah.
she's really gorgeous.
Another one, just more recent, Billie Eilish, man. Like,
Oh yeah, of course. Great music too. Good music. Good music.
Lupita Nyong'o, Angela Bassett, SZA.
Oh my God, SZA is another. Like I think every time, like what's the song? Love Galore and
Galore,
Good
yeah.
Days. Those are on my like top 1 or top 2 Spotify like most listened to song.
Yeah.
Was Love Galore in 2017 and Good Days in 2020.
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like big, like heavy rotation for me.
I think more recently, I think it was Miley Cyrus. And that's when I like.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's all over the place. I mean, I'll someone who's a little bit out there, someone like Bella Ramsey, like, I don't know, man, like, something about her personality and just the way that she's dealt with this wave of hate is really inspiring, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Ramsey.
You know, but I can go on for days. But, yeah, I mean, I always say, like, you know, I am influenced by people who don't operate, who operate outside the box. And I think that the one thing I don't like is that there's this thing where, like, oh my god, why aren't they making this type of music from this era? I'm like, bro, they moved on, man. They moved on. It's like when I hear Weekend fans talking about, man, he needs to make another trilogy. I'm like, no, he does not. He was in a really bad state. He talked about this in interviews. He was taking drugs. It was messed up.
Who is this? Who is this? Sorry.
The Weeknd.
Oh, The Weeknd. Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, the thing is, like, and it's like, there's so much music to listen to. Like, if one person isn't making the music you like, you can look elsewhere, and there will very likely be, like, an indie artist with 100,000 streams making that exact music that you like.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much music out there. There's so much.
There really is. There really is. What is your favorite album of this year, currently, and last year?
No. Oh, no. Oh, I'm really bad. I'm honestly, what I'm doing now is, like, looking back at albums I missed.
Yeah.
But I will say so, like, I'm not super up to date on albums. But last year there was this album it's like a synth pop rock.
Yeah.
Called Future Island. From a band called Future Island.
Yes.
It's very indie. Like, they're not particularly well known.
Yeah.
But they have this album called People Who Aren't There Anymore.
Yeah.
They have this one song called Corner of My Eye, which is about, like, loss and dealing with the grief of losing a loved one. And it just I've listened to it. That's like my number one song last year.
Yeah. Okay.
And it just broke me the first time, and every single time I feel that feelings of, like, loss and profound, like, just, like, the need to see this person again and seeing them wherever you go and just not getting over them, and it breaks me. That Corner of My Eye by Future Islands.
Okay.
Brilliant song.
Yeah, they're cool.
This year I haven't listened to. I can't think of any. I just been kind of very, like, I've just been catching up on older stuff, so I can't really think of any album, any recent album at least. I did listen to the Justin Bieber one. But,
Okay.
But, like, you know, it's been like I'm still thinking about all the other albums I listened to that were just older, so I can't really name. Okay,
interesting. Is there a restaurant in the Philippines you like going to?
Ooh, I would say, I mean, if you were, like, coming here to the Philippines and you know, you're not familiar with Philippine cuisine, I would bring you to somewhere like Casa Reyes or Crisostomo. But I would just, I mean, like, if I were to recommend, like, a specific food, of course, our signature food, the one that every Filipino loves, is adobo. Yeah. Which is, like, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm not a cook. But, like, it's just this, like, beautiful beef with this lovely sauce, and it's so cheap in the Philippines. Yeah. So yeah, I would just serve you a big plate of adobo and garlic rice. Yeah. I love garlic rice. Yeah. Rice is everywhere, obviously. I mean, it's for an Asian country. Yeah. So obviously rice would be that's a big thing. Yeah. So garlic rice and adobo. Okay. Sisig is just this mishmash of, like, I'm terrible at describing foods. Like, if there was a Filipino listening to this right now, they would strangle me. Sisig is a really good dish. There's a bunch of restaurants and cuisines I would recommend.
Are you, like, were you into watching cartoons back in the day? Like, what's your favorite cartoon?
I don't want to spoil the next video that I'm making. so you could probably tell me I'm working on a cartoon cartoon retrospective, kind of. Okay.
Is it Teen Titans?
But sorry?
Is it Teen Titans or something like that?
No, not Teen Titans, but I do know that show. I did watch a few episodes. But I did grow up with. I mean, like I grew up with. What did I grow up with? Powerpuff Girls.
Oh,
Dexter's
yeah.
Laboratory.
Okay.
Dexter's Laboratory was like the first cartoon. It was like the first TV show that I was even familiar with.
Okay. Interesting.
Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls. You could probably kind of guess what age I was
Yeah.
at that point. Johnny Bravo,
Yeah.
Cow Chicken.
Yeah.
That era. What
Yeah.
else? Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold is a big. Like Hey Arnold probably is. I would say like my favorite cartoon.
Yeah.
Did you grow up with Hey Arnold?
You know, it's funny. It's like I actually did grow up a lot of those shows. I was very young, but it's so funny. Some of my favorite shows back in the day were not even like the big ones. Like I love Total Drama Island. Then it kind of.
Oh yeah.
I mean, shout out to Gwen.
Was that?
Gwen, she's like this goth character. She's probably one of my first like actual people that I like. I didn't have a crush on her. I just thought she was just hilarious. She still is.
I get yeah.
There's these shows, man. There's Sidekicks, Spliced, like even shows like here's the thing, I really like Adventure Time. I love Amazing World of Gumball, but those like YTV low, not high budgeted, not the best looking cartoons. Those cartoons are still in my mind because there's something about them that was raw. It was unique. It was again a little silly, but they embraced that silliness. I would love to see a cartoon of that right now. They might be our cartoons like that. Maybe again, I'm not well versed in keeping up. It seems like all the cartoons that I love are not running anymore, or they're all getting rebooted. I'm like, really? Come on now.
Oh yeah, that's true. The reboots. Oh, the reboots of. But yeah, I mean, I do love. Actually, I would say like the cartoon the recent cartoon the last like 10 years that I really did love was Steven Universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Adventure Time, of course.
Yeah.
Like you said, Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the last 10 to 15 years was really kind of this resurgence of great cartoons just coming back from out of nowhere. Just like, hey, we're gonna, and I even think like these kids who are gonna be watching these cartoons, like they're gonna come up with like these deep moral lessons that will stick with them. Hopefully. Yeah. Avatar: The Last Airbender, of course, that's a great cartoon. Yeah. There's so many great ones in the last like 20 years or so. Yeah. It's actually crazy.
It is crazy for sure. So we are nearing the end of the interview, and I know you heard. So I'm gonna do this little like sort of Q&A thing. So, for example, have you heard of Drink Champs?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, have you heard of the podcast Drink Champs?
Not familiar.
Huh?
Not familiar.
Okay, so they're ran by this guy named Noriega. He used to be a rapper back in the day. He was kind of popular. He was one of the first people that like kind of brought Daddy Yankee into the mainstream, kind of.
Ooh,
yeah, reggaeton. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. They're like best friends to this day. He's really cool with Pharrell, and he knows a lot of people. So he brings them on their podcast, and they do this sort of thing where like they compare two artists or two people or two franchises, whatever. And the thing is, you have to pick one of them. You want to tell a story, why, and all that stuff. Why you pick that choice, you're free to do it. The difference is you can't say both, you can't say neither, and we're not drinking. Okay, obviously. So you have to pick one.
You might be drinking. You can't see me. I don't have my camera on, but sure.
Okay. Beyonce or Prince?
Beyonce.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think that I've listened to Purple Rain pretty recently.
Yeah.
It's really good, but it's also like I'm just more familiar with Beyonce in all honesty.
Okay. So. Michael Jackson or Frank Sinatra?
Honestly, Frank Sinatra, personally, because I grew up, I actually am a little bit of I did take lessons for vocals. Okay. And my singing voice is a lot closer to Frank Sinatra, so my singing voice is actually really deep. You can't tell it from my speaking voice now, but yeah. Okay. So Sinatra.
Okay. The Weeknd or Frank Ocean?
I'm more familiar with The Weeknd, although I did love Channel Orange. But
Yeah.
The Weeknd has more bangers, to
Okay.
be honest. But I did love Channel Orange. Like, I really, really like Channel Orange.
Okay.
I think that's probably the best album among the two of them. But, like, just in terms of the songs, like, the ones that grab me, and I'm a pop boy.
Yeah.
So, like, I gravitate toward the more pop stuff, so
Okay.
The Weeknd.
Okay. Miley Cyrus or Olivia Rodrigo?
Oh, boy. I was a big... Honestly, I have to say Olivia because and this is kind of biased because when I was young, I like Miley's age. And I would say like I'm around Miley's age.
Okay.
So I don't really had. We were talking about envy earlier in the podcast. We were talking about like how it's easy to tear down people we don't like.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, Miley was the big thing in Disney Channel.
Yeah.
And I hated her for it because I wanted to be an actor. So seeing Miley succeed was like, oh, I hate her. Now I'm not. I'm not as petty. I'm not as... Obviously, I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
But, like, I still have that, like, negative feeling that I attached toward Miley. And I just loved Olivia when she came out. Like, I just loved her image, her songs. I just like how she brought the 2000s back in a cool way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd say Olivia.
Okay. Drake or Lil Wayne?
Oh, man. I think Lil Wayne's style is more interesting.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll just say Lil Wayne, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Akon or T-Pain?
Ooh. Ah. Why am I, like, blank? I'm trying to think of, like, any Akon song, and it's, like, why am I blanking? Like, the one I'm thinking of is, like, Akon was in I Just Had Sex, right, by the Lonely Island. T-Pain was in I Got a Boat.
Yeah.
So I gotta say T-Pain. I love that that's where my mind went. No, I'm gonna say T-Pain.
What are you gonna say?
For that. T-Pain.
Okay, T-Pain, okay.
Yeah.
Travis Scott or A$AP Rocky?
Dude, I don't know. I know that Travis Scott was responsible for the Astroworld disaster, so I'm gonna say A$AP Rocky just for that.
Okay. Daft Punk or Aphex Twin?
I'm a lot more familiar with Daft Punk, so man, I'm really showing my ass here. I don't know.
Okay.
Like I can't. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Kanye West or Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick is better. It's like Kanye is. There's so many songs from Kanye that I love, but he really tarnished his legacy with everything. So I have to say, but like, no, I did love T-Pap though. But like, I can still recite like every lyric to Gold Digger, the top of like in karaoke or whatever. I don't even need to look at the screen. But like, I still have to say Kendrick. Like, it's Kendrick.
All right. Future or Young Thug?
We're getting into people that like I barely like. I only know like a handful of songs. I'm so scared. But I would say Young Thug probably.
Okay. Tupac or Biggie?
Oh no. Tupac made California Love, so I'm gonna go Tupac.
Okay. Jay-Z or Nas?
Ooh. Jay-Z was more willing to go like pop route.
Yeah.
Like he had more pop hits, so I would say Jay-Z probably.
Okay.
This is really embarrassing for me, but thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. I don't play it easy,
my
man.
ignorance. Yeah, man. That's great. It's great.
Taylor Swift or Paul McCartney?
Jesus Christ. You know what? Paul McCartney may have like been this big thing with the Beatles. None of his, but like as a soloist / band leader with the Wings, it was just. I still think Taylor is better as a like solo artist.
Yeah,
so I'd say Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Swifties can't get mad at me.
Okay.
That's a big consideration.
Okay. Adele or Amy Winehouse?
Ooh, I love both of them so much. But obviously I have to go with my girl Amy.
Yeah, okay. Um, Arca or Kazakhstan?
What? No, I don't know the second one. I know who Arca is.
Okay.
That's the extent. So I'll just go with them.
Okay. Addison Rae or Madison Beer?
I don't know who Madison Beard is, so I'm just gonna say Addison Rae.
Okay.
Oh no, this is getting horrible.
Okay. Brandy or Ashanti?
Ooh.
Okay.
You know, it's funny. I never grew up with like that era in R&B, but I wish I did.
Okay.
But Brandy had that song called like Almost. What is it called? Like Almost This.
Yeah.
She had a song I liked from before, so I'm just gonna say Brandy.
Okay. Justin Bieber or Chris Brown?
Oh, Justin Bieber for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Obviously, that's not a question for me.
Okay.
For me.
Alicia Keys or Erykah Badu?
Ooh, you know, I as much as I admire Erykah Badu, as much as I like, I like see how important she was. Alicia Keys is still like, I grew up with her. Diary of Alicia Keys was like one of the first albums I listened to, so I still have like more affection for that. So
Okay.
I'd say Alicia Keys.
Okay. Kid Cudi or Isaiah Rashad?
I don't know who that second one is, so I'm just gonna say Kid Cudi. Jesus.
Okay. Okay. SZA or Whitney Houston?
Oh, man, I love SZA. But I have to say Whitney, because, you know, as a vocalist, she's just like, Whitney is already better than like all the artists, so I'll say Whitney.
Okay. Ariana Grande or Mariah Carey?
Mariah.
Okay.
I love Ariana, but like Mariah is Mariah. She's like way too queen.
Yeah. Otis Redding or Nina Simone?
Legends, both of them. I think Nina Simone was like had more records. Like,
Yeah.
I remember listening to more Nina Simone. I think Otis Redding like died very young, right?
Yeah.
So did he? Yeah. So yeah, I would say Nina Simone, just because of the volume and just how much she did, and all of it was so good.
Okay. Lana Del Rey or Billie Eilish?
That's a tough one. Lana Del Rey has had, like the last question, just more things, more volume of output-wise, and
Yeah.
a lot of it was very good, so I'm just going to say Lana.
Okay. Shows. Teen Titans or SpongeBob?
SpongeBob was more important to the culture, I think.
Yeah.
Like, there's too many memes that came out of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine a world that SpongeBob isn't around, so I'd say SpongeBob.
Okay. Christopher Nolan or Stanley Kubrick?
Ooh. I think I like that Christopher Nolan is a more logical director.
Yeah.
He's a more, like, grounded director.
Yeah.
I still prefer, like, among... I would put in a third party vote for David Lynch, honestly, but let's say Christopher Nolan.
Okay. So you mentioned David Lynch. David Lynch or Dave Fincher?
I did like Fight Club. I can't even wait. David Fincher did Fight Club and
Seven,
David
Social
Lynch,
Network,
sure.
Gone Girl, The Killer,
I haven't seen Gone Girl, but I think we were talking about favorite movies earlier. As I mentioned, Little Miss Sunshine. If I were to make a top two, it would be Mulholland Drive.
Okay.
That movie is fucking fantastic. So I would say David Lynch.
Okay. Star Wars or Mission Impossible?
I'm a lot more familiar with Star Wars. I'm not that much familiar, but like just importance to the culture, like what has been inherited by other people is Star Wars for sure.
Okay. Tom Cruise or Jackie Chan?
Ooh. I think Tom Cruise has had more, like, Tom Cruise is more versatile. He isn't just the action guy. He's also this like dashing movie star. But like Tom Cruise has his whole thing.
Science style.
No, you know what? I'm just gonna say Tom. Yeah, I don't approve of that. But
yeah,
I would still say Tom Cruise just for the like. Okay. There was a time when he was like the biggest movie star alive. You can't take that away from him.
Yeah. Denzel Washington or Samuel L. Jackson?
Ooh. Denzel Washington. I think he's been around for longer. I want to say.
Yeah.
Just slightly longer.
Yeah.
So I would say, but both are great. But like Denzel Washington, and he also is like that Tom Cruise type where he's like the sensual leading man, but also the action star, but also the bad boy. So like he has that versatility. So I'm just gonna say Denzel Washington.
Okay. Morgan Freeman or Tom Hanks?
Oh no. Morgan Freeman is more unique. Like no one can. I feel like Tom Hanks. There can be another Tom Hanks in the near future. No one can be another Morgan Freeman.
You're
I'm
right.
just gonna say Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
I love both of them though.
Okay.
I do love both of them.
Christian Bale or Gary Oldman?
I'm more familiar with Christian Bale. We were talking about celebrity crushes earlier.
Yeah.
So Christian Bale is probably on that list.
Okay.
Like young Christian, like when he was in like Batman Begins.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say Christian Bale.
Okay. DC or Marvel?
Ooh. I'm just gonna go by like what was bigger or more important to the culture in terms of like how pop culture evolved in the last 10, 20 years, and I'm just gonna say Marvel.
Okay.
On that criterion.
Okay. Megan Fox or Millie Bobby Brown?
Ooh. Both intensely scrutinized and hated. Both of those women. Unfairly so.
Yeah.
I think. But I think Megan Fox, had to deal with more bullshit. She was so, and then like she deserved better, I think, in terms, and like her career is already like she's in her 30s now. I feel like she could have gotten the better end of the stick. So I'm just gonna say Megan Fox.
Okay. Haley Steinfeld or Jessica Chastain?
Haley Steinfeld is also a singer.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not sure if Jessica Chastain is. So I'm just like, by that criterion alone, I'm just like, okay. The singer, I'm going to go with the singer.
Okay.
So, Jessica. I'm sorry, Haley.
Okay. Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie?
Ooh. Both of them are so, like, equally big. But, I think... I'm just gonna say Angelina. I can't really say why, but yeah, Angelina.
Yeah. Okay. Adventure Time or Amazing World of Gumball?
If you've made it this far into the podcast and I hadn't released my newest video yet, then I'm just gonna say the newest videos are going to be about Amazing World of Gumball.
Okay.
Like the one I'm going to release in a few weeks.
Okay.
I literally just binged watched the show literally yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm just still shocked by how good it is.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm just gonna say Gumball.
Okay.
So, Gumball.
Okay. Johnny Bravo or Invader Zim?
That's not what I was expecting. Because they're kind of in two different time periods in my mind.
Yeah.
But I grew up with Johnny Bravo. I think I was a little too old when Invader Zim came out.
Yeah.
So I just by virtue of knowing more about Johnny Bravo, and also I just think it's cool that there was a TV show about like a hot guy who was too pushy and was punished for it.
Yeah.
And I just don't think we get that enough in media now.
Yeah.
Or like it should be more like a bigger thing where it's like this is a guy who's like way too pushy and too kind of not good with women, and like he's punished for it, even if he's like conventionally good looking in that universe. So
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo.
Okay. Natalie Portman or Keira Knightley?
The twins, the two twins.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman in Black Swan was like a crazy performance.
Yeah.
Like that still haunts me. I like Keira Knightley a lot, but like I don't know if she's ever had that level an acting performance that was on that level of Natalie Portman in Black Swan. So Natalie.
Okay. Scorsese or Spielberg?
Ooh. A little more familiar with Spielberg. I do like a lot of Scorsese movies, but I'm just gonna say Spielberg.
Okay. Stranger Things or Game of Thrones?
I'm only familiar with both of them through like pop culture, whatever pop culture says.
Yeah.
And Game of Thrones had the terrible ending.
Okay.
And so I'm just gonna say Stranger Things. I'm sorry. Game of Thrones. Yeah, right. Game of Thrones had a terrible ending. I'm just gonna say Stranger Things.
Okay. Breaking Bad or Sopranos?
Ooh, I'm only really familiar with both of these shows in like pop culture tells me about them.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad had the really satisfying ending, from what I recall.
Yeah.
Sopranos had like the cliffhanger-ish ending.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Breaking Bad, just for that reason, that petty reason.
Al Pacino or Robert De Niro?
Great actors both. I think younger Robert. Very, very good reason. I think younger Robert De Niro is hotter than younger Al Pacino. So I'm just gonna say Robert De Niro.
Okay.
Very, very good reason. Very, very good reason.
Bella Ramsey or Emma Corrin?
I don't know who Emma Corrin is. I'm just gonna say Bella Ramsey.
Okay. Interesting. Rihanna or Aaliyah?
Oh no. I mean, Aaliyah, I did listen to Aaliyah's album like really recently, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
But like, just in terms of volume of and the culture, like it has to be Rihanna.
Okay.
It has to be Rihanna.
Okay.
I do love Aaliyah though.
Okay. Justin Timberlake or Britney Spears?
Britney, it has to be Britney. One of the greatest pop stars of all time, yeah, Britney.
Okay. Robin Thicke or Bryce Tiller?
Bryson Tiller was the trap guy.
Trap soul, yeah.
I know he does trap, some trap soul stuff. The little I do know about Robin Thicke, I don't like it. So I'm just gonna say Bryson Tiller.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm with you. I would say I think you should. If there's any video you could do about him, Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
His earlier music is really good. Before he kind of fell off the wagon.
Yeah, blurred lines and all those weird stuff. Talk in the Shadows has a really good video on Robin Thicke's career, specifically about the album that kind of made him flop.
Yeah.
But like he does say, oh, actually his earlier stuff is actually really good. Like even he acknowledges it, even though he doesn't like the guy.
Okay. T.I. or 50 Cent?
You know what? Teenage me loved Candy Shop so much.
Yeah.
I can still recite like every lyric almost.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say 50 Cent, just for that reason, that petty reason alone. Pharrell
or Timbaland?
Oh, Pharrell has like more consistently good output.
Yeah.
And like I don't think I've heard maybe I've heard like one or two of them, but like every Pharrell song I've heard has been like decent to very, very good.
Yeah.
Timbaland stuff, I've heard some not great Timbaland songs, so I'll say Pharrell.
Okay. Miley Cyrus's Bangers or Justin Timberlake's 2020 Experience?
Oh. Again, I'm still on that, like, I hate Miley Cyrus. That weird hang-up I had because I was like a jealous kid wanting Miley Cyrus's position on the Disney Channel. So I still never really warmed up to Bangers just for that reason.
Okay.
Although I did like We Can't Stop eventually. But I did really, really like 2020 Experience, though. When it came out, I did actually remember listening to it.
Yeah.
Some songs, like, it's very cool, atmospheric.
Yeah.
It's really long, but I still really like it. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to say the Timberlake album.
Okay. 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 Snoop Dogg or Wiz Khalifa?
Snoop Dogg's been around for ever. I'm going to say Snoop Dogg, obviously.
Okay.
That's not even a question to me, yeah.
Okay. Metallica or Linkin Park?
Oh, no. I think... Oh, man. Linkin Park means more to me as a kid growing up. Like, Numb is still, like...
Yeah.
Is still going to be, like... It means more. Like, I remember listening to that when I was in a specific situation where, like, that really felt resonant to me.
Yeah.
Metallica stuff, you know, even at their best, was always very, like, abstract and kind of larger than life.
Yeah.
But, like, Linkin Park felt real to me, so I'm going to say Linkin Park.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Messi or Ronaldo?
Oh, no! I don't know. I don't watch sports, man. But you know what? I'm just going to say Ronaldo, because why not?
Okay.
Someone's going to get mad at me, but whatever.
Okay. Kate Winslet or Meryl Streep?
Ooh, good choices. Meryl Streep has been around for longer, just from that alone.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Meryl, but like both are great. Both are fantastic actresses.
Yeah, for sure. Jim Carrey or Chris Rock?
Again, it's one of the more like what meant more to me as a child, and Jim Carrey was like big inspiration for me, just in general, like as a comedian, as a physicality. So I'm just have to say Jim Carrey.
Okay, interesting. Thinking.
Are you making these up on the spot? That's really good.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good. Good job, dude.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, Powerpuff Girls or Johnny Test?
Powerpuff Girls, obviously.
Okay.
Johnny Test is like brain rot.
I don't know. I have a soft spot for that show.
Oh no!
I have a soft spot for that show.
Okay,
it's not a great show, but it's funny. I can still watch it, still laugh too.
Sure. Especially if you grew up with the show. Like I'm sure as a child, it meant a lot. And then maybe Powerpuff Girls isn't as good as I remember, but
yeah,
you know, it still means a lot to me.
Okay. 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 NWA or Wu-Tang Clan?
Ooh, I was listening to. Yeah, I'm just gonna say Wu-Tang Clan. I don't want to give too much because, like, you might realize how little I know. But just from the albums that I recently listened to, I'm just gonna say Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay. Big Sean or J. Cole?
Wait, I have to like in my mind. I had to like go back and like what was Big Sean stuff again. I'm not super familiar with both, but like I remember J. Cole had Forest Drive, which had a lot of like songs that I like.
Yeah. So
I'm just gonna say J. Cole. Yeah.
Okay. Eminem or
the only thing I know about Big.
Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
Eminem or Elvis
I was gonna say the only. I was like the only Big Sean song I can think of in the top of my head was like the Ariana Grande song where he was like in the background. That was all I remember.
Okay.
Sorry, you said Eminem or someone?
Eminem or Elvis Presley?
Oh, because they both stole from black music. That was the big thing, right? That was the narrative. Was like, even Eminem like poked fun at that in one of his songs.
Yeah.
But like, I know Elvis Presley's important, but like, it's hard to feel his presence. Unlike, say, the Beatles. The Beatles, like you remember the Beatles, you feel their importance. But like Elvis, like he was the biggest pop star. He's the most recognizable pop star. Even like the look is so iconic. But like music-wise, I'm like, what did it last? Like, did his legacy last?
Yeah.
So on that front, I just have to say Eminem, just because of like how relevant he is to modern stuff.
Okay. Freddie Mercury or John Lennon?
Sorry, what's the first one?
Freddie Mercury or John Lennon?
Ooh. Well, I would say like John Lennon is the more like songwritery.
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury is the singer.
Yeah.
And as someone who is more of a singer than a songwriter, I would say Freddie Mercury. But I mean, I'm sure Freddie wrote good songs. I'm sure John Lennon, and John Lennon has a good voice. But like, I still say Freddie.
Okay. Queen or Beatles?
Oh no! Oh no! This is the hardest one yet. Oh no! Again, I'm going to go with what child me valued the most.
Yeah.
And child me had like all the Queen songs saved on his iPod.
Okay.
I had like 10 Beatles songs saved on my iPod, but I had like all the Queen songs on my iPod, so I'm just gonna say Queen.
Okay. Interesting. Madonna or Bob Marley?
Oh no, those are so different.
Yeah.
Oh no, it says you're literally just asking like, do you like pop or reggae music more? Because like they're the the royalty of both of those genres.
Yeah.
But as a pop person, like I know Bob Marley, I know his importance to like the culture and like everything he's done, but I just have to say Madonna. Like pop music pop music would not have been what it is now without Madonna, so I'm gonna say her.
I agree. Cher or Lady Gaga?
That's kind of random. But I know that Cher has been around for a while, but again, going back to like who means more to me personally, when Lady Gaga released Born This Way, that was like, that's it. I'm gonna like stan you forever. I'm gonna listen to every song you make, and so it's gonna be Lady Gaga.
Okay. Dua Lipa or Katy Perry?
Oh, they're really similar. Think about it. I think Dua Lipa is just cooler, like effortlessly cool. Whereas Katy Perry, even though I love so many songs she's made, but like she feels like she tries really hard.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa just feels like it's just like natural.
Yeah.
So I would say Dua.
Okay. All right. Okay. Charlie XCX or Tough Low?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm a lot more familiar with Charlie. I know like 3 songs from Tough Low, I think.
You have to listen to her music, right? Her discography's really good, man.
Is it? The big hit that she had was Habits. Stay High.
That song's so fun.
That was like the one that got big. They were showing on that on like.
Yeah.
I remember that was being the last MTV song I saw. I think.
Yeah.
So that was a long time ago, but I mean, just Charlie is still like the bigger, cultural force. So I would say Charlie.
Okay. Okay. McDonald's or Burger King?
Ooh. In the Philippines, Burger King is like almost like McDonald's is kind of an everyman-ish store, but Burger King is the more fancy option because it's more expensive.
Yeah.
Like it's actually seen as like not affordable by everyone.
Yeah.
But just taste-wise, honestly, I think I have to go McDonald's.
Okay. All right. Second last one. Last of Us or GTA?
I'm sorry, what was the first one?
Last of Us, a video game.
The fact that I had to ask means that I'm really not familiar with those two. So I'm just I know GTA a little bit more, so I'm just going to say GTA.
Okay. All right. Last one. Sylvester Stallone or Arnie?
Arnie. Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Ooh, both are. I would say Arnold Schwarzenegger has like more iconic roles. He was Terminator. He was Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I would say Arnie. Probably.
Okay. All right.
That was really difficult, but good job, man. I appreciate that.
The bonus. Jason Statham or The Rock?
Oh, The Rock has more like. I like The Rock's story as being this wrestler turned actor.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something very inspirational about that, so I'm just gonna say The Rock.
And double.
That was really hard, man.
Double bonus.
Go ahead.
Double bonus. Emma Stone or Emma Watson?
Oh, you know what? I grew up when Emma Watson was like the queen of the internet, and like every boy, and then like she talked about feminism on the UN. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And then Beauty and the Beast, and then like I don't know where she went after, but you know I'm just gonna say Emma Watson.
Okay. Yeah, that's the end. That's the end of the interview, man. It was a blast.
Oh man, thank you. Yeah,
blast
I
of the
had a lot of
conversation.
fun. Thank you so much.
I'm rooting for you, man. And
thank you.
And yeah, I hope you have a very nice day. And we'll all be waiting for that new video from you, man. You know, so
appreciate that. Yeah.
Have a nice one, bro.
You too.
Bye.
Take care. All right. Bye.
Bye. That is another episode of Renegade Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it the same way I enjoyed this one, putting this one together. Bye.